In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on November 4th, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Massachusetts versus Connecticut. The Massachusetts Minutemen and Connecticut Huskies meet Saturday in Week 10 college football action at Pratt and Whitney Stadium. The Massachusetts Minutemen look to snap a 5-game losing streak. The Connecticut Huskies look to get back to a .500 record. The Minutemen are 7-20 against the spread in their last 27 road games and 4-10 against the spread in their last 14 games overall. The Huskies are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 home games and 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. The under is 5-1 in Minutemen last 6 games overall. The under is 4-0 in Huskies last 4 games overall. Massachusetts only has 1 win on the season, and that came facing an FCS opponent. They are the lowest scoring team in the nation and are giving up an average of over 30 points per game. Connecticut is rolling winners of 3 of their last 4 games, and in their last one beat a Power 5 conference team, only allowing 3 points. They do not have much of a pass attack, but they can run the ball. They will have a good game on the ground facing a Massachusetts team that ranks 101st in the nation in run defense. The Huskies will kill it on defense again and have a good scoring game led by the run game. It's weird seeing the Connecticut Huskies in the big favorite role, and there's a bit of a letdown spot here after their win last week over Boston College. However, the Massachusetts Minutemen make a case as the worst team in the country, as they don't get stops defensively, and the offense is 130th in total offense and 131st in scoring offense. Backing Massachusetts simply isn't an option. Connecticut will easily win this game and cover and get within 1 game of becoming bowl eligible, so the Connecticut Huskies to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Massachusetts is the lowest scoring team in the nation, and the total has gone under in 5 of their last 6 games. Connecticut is coming off a win where they only scored 13 points and only gave up 3, and in their last 4 games the total has gone under every time. Neither team passes the ball much, and with each running the ball the clock will continue to roll. Connecticut will have a good ground game and they will get their points, but not many. The Huskies have the luxury of playing a Massachusetts team that is only averaging 12 points per game, and I do not think they will reach that number in this game. Massachusetts offense is the worst in the nation by far. Connecticut can run the football and play tough defense, so I would truly be shocked if we get a high-scoring affair in this one. The odds makers see a very low-scoring game, and they are right, and even at 40.5 points, the final score for this contest will remain below it. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Duke versus Boston College. The Duke Blue Devils and the Boston College Eagles will face off in an American Coastal Conference matchup on Friday evening against one another in Alumni Stadium. The Blue Devils are currently 5-3 up to this point, while the Eagles are currently 2-6 so far this season. These teams have not played since the 2020 season, where Boston College picked up a 26-6 road victory. This game is going to be an interesting matchup between programs at different levels, so let's dive into this game. The Blue Devils are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 Friday games and 5-11-1 against the spread versus a team with a losing record. Duke is 4-13 against the spread in their last 17 conference games. Meanwhile, the Eagles are 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 at home and 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 after an against the spread loss. Boston College is 1-9 against the spread in their last 10 overall. We have talked about how Duke is able to dominate offensively while Boston College is brutal on the offensive side of the field. So let's talk about the defensive side of things. Highlighting the previous 5 games for both teams, the Blue Devils are allowing 27 points per game, while the Eagles are giving up 33 points per game in that stretch. Duke is going to be able to move the football on the ground, while their defense has shown the ability to force turnovers. Duke also had a bye week heading into this game, so they are going to be rested and ready to dominate an inferior foe. The road team has covered in each of their last 5 games. Boston College is coming off of a terrible loss against Connecticut, where they had some turnover trouble. Duke is is coming off of a win against Miami and was able to force 8 turnovers in the win. Duke has played well in their last 2 games, while Boston College has been outscored 87-21 in their last 3 games. So the Duke Blue Devils to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Eagles struggled as they have scored a total of 21 points in their previous 3 games, while the Blue Devils are scoring 34.5 points per game in their last 4 games. With Boston College dealing with Jerkovich being hurt and dealing with an injury, it will be difficult to see the program being able to move the football. Duke has just won 0 for 1-6 as a team kicking field goals, while Boston College is 7 of 1-3 on field goal tries this season. Boston College is a mess offensively and has only scored more than 15 points in one of its last 6 games against FBS competition, and its previous 3 games have fallen below the total. Due to the ineptitude of the Boston College offense, Duke will likely need to score more than 31 points for this game to go past the total, and that may not even be enough. Duke is a run-first team, and once they get up by 2 scores, I see them working the clock on the road. The Boston College defense has been solid, ranking 52nd in yards allowed per rush and 70th in yards allowed per pass attempt. The under has it in each of the previous 5 games against one another. These teams are going to line up for field goals and keep the scoring extremely low. I see this one ending 31-13. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Oregon State versus Washington. This Friday, the Oregon State Beavers will travel to Seattle, Washington to take on the Washington Huskies. Kickoff will be inside Husky Stadium. Both of these Pac-12 teams have had a great season, and I am expecting a show in this one. These 2 teams are tied in conference play, as the winner of this game will jump up in the standings. The Oregon State Beavers are coming into this game after defeating the Colorado Buffaloes 42-9. They dominated on both sides of the ball, as they only allowed the Buffs to record 290 total yards of offense. They will need to make it tough for the Huskies to move the ball if they want a chance on the road. The Washington Huskies are entering this game after defeating the University of Cal 28-21. Washington struggled to consistently score throughout that game, as they will need to be better on offense if they want to take care of business at home. Oregon State is 6-2 against the spread in their last 8 games overall and 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games against a team with a winning record, while the over is 17-5 in their last 22 road games against a team with a winning home record. Washington is 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games overall and 10-26 against the spread in their last 36 conference games, while the over is 7-0 in their last 7 home games. The Pac-12 continues to be one of the more interesting conferences in college football this year, as there are 6 teams with 6 or more wins this season. That's the only Power 5 conference with that distinction. Washington will welcome Oregon State to Husky Stadium, where the Huskies are undefeated and 4-1 against the spread this season. The Washington offense is led by quarterback Michael Penix Jr., who leads the nation in passing yards, while the Beavers' defense has allowed the fewest point in conference play this season. Both teams are also coming off a bye. Rain is expected in the forecast, and how much of it will change the Washington passing game remains to be seen. Oregon State is still starting backup quarterback Ben Gulbranson, as Chance Nolan is still working his way back from injury. Gulbranson has led the Beavers to 3 straight wins over conference bottom feeders Stanford, Washington State, and Colorado. Washington is still averaging the 2nd most total yards per game in the conference, but have the edge in run defense over Oregon State, and will have to slow down Beavers running back Damian Martinez, who is averaging 6.5 yards per carry. The Beavers got pounded by Utah on the road earlier this season, and the home field advantage for the Huskies will be significant. You're getting an unranked team laying points against a ranked opponent who is starting a backup quarterback, and that usually signals who the better team is. The Huskies are averaging over 37 points per game in conference play. The weather could be a factor, but it's nothing that either of these teams isn't used to playing in routinely. Oregon State probably won't score enough to keep this close, so the Washington Huskies to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The forecast in Friday's game calls high 40s and 60% to 80% chance of rain as of Wednesday. The passing attacks for either side will struggle with the wetness of the ball. Catching and passing will both be difficult. Both of these teams' defenses thrive against the run. This game will result in a low-scoring game if either side is forced to run the ball for a majority of the game. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.